Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. The question of the disciple is, what is the rule on buying, selling, and investing in different stocks? The rule on buying, selling, and investing in different stocks. The people of knowledge, they mention that stocks, buying, selling, investing, trading, so on and so forth, are of three types. The first is that which is clearly, plainly halal, clearly lawful, such as a person making automobiles, a person designing, let's say, futuristic, highly sophisticated water bottles, something like this for water. All right, a person has a factory for washing machines. All right, different things, whatever it may be, of technology, of manufacturing, mechanical things, products, that is permissible. There's nothing that goes against it in the kitab nor in the authentic sunnah of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So that's obviously clearly permissible. And there's a detail with regards to that we have to get into, inshallah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Number two is that which is clearly haram. That which is clearly haram, such as companies that manufacture or trade or ship wine, alcohol, grapes to wineries. They sell, wheat, barley, hops to different breweries. All right, people that manufacture, people that make beer, that ship beer, khinzir, pornography, gambling, alcohol, anything that's clearly what? Clearly haram. Okay, anything that's clearly haram. All right, and the third type, the people of knowledge, they say, are those things that are quote unquote mixed. It's a mixture. We're not sure. Is it 100% haram or 50-50, 60-40, 70-30? We know that some things are permissible and other things are clearly haram. So the wealth is mixed. And most of the modern day fuqaha, obviously investing in stocks is a modern day concept. Most of the modern day fuqaha, they hold the view that it's unlawful and that the layman Muslim should avoid. He should avoid putting his or her money, investing in these stocks or whatever the case may be. That's what most of the fuqaha of today say. Some of them say that it's permissible, whereas you don't know all of it. You don't have certainty, all right? And if you don't have certainty that's all haram, then it goes back to the asl, the rule of thumb being permissible. Everybody understand this? And they use several proofs and evidences for this. From them is the Prophet, in the Quran al-Kareem, Allah says to help each other upon bir and taqwa, and not to help each other upon sin and transgression. وَتَعَاوَنُوا عَلَى الْبِرِّ وَالتَّقْوَى وَلَا تَعَاوَنُوا عَلَى الْإِثْمِ وَالْعُدْوَانِ. Don't help one another in sin and transgression. The Prophet ﷺ, he tells us in many hadith, from them is the hadith of Ka'b ibn Ujra and the Musnad of Imam Ahmad, which is a long hadith, in which he asked Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to protect him from foolish leadership. And the different variations and narrations of the hadith, and the Musnad of Imam Ahmad, the Mu'jam al-Kabir of al-Tabarani, and many other sources, let alone other Sahaba that narrated the hadith, in which he said at the end of the narration, he says, وَأَيُّمَا لَحْمٍ نَبَتَ مِنْ سُحْتٍ فَالنَّارُ أَوْلَى بِهِ. أو كما قال عليه الصلاة والسلام. He says, any human body, any piece of flesh that is nourished through haram, then the fire has most right to it. The fire is deserving of this flesh being burnt. So someone who is nourished by the haram through suht, gambling, prostitution, selling idols, whatever the case may be, selling dogs, that's prohibited in the Kitab and the Sunnah, the Prophet tells us that the fire is going to take it. So they use these different proofs and evidences to show that you cannot deal with, obviously, that which is clearly haram, that's obvious, and then that which is mixed. Because a good percentage, if not a large percentage, if not most of it, is haram. You don't know, you have to avoid that which is doubtful, that which is unclear. Now, last but not least, one may ask the question, and he may say, now what about the first type of stocks? That which is clearly permissible, okay? This guy here in the street, I don't know if they can see, like the disciples, he's cutting, okay, the street, all right? He's cutting the street open. That's a major, high-powered saw. You got the water coming down to cool it, to cut down on dust, all right? Manufacturing something like that, all right? I don't know if they can see it or not. That's permissible. There's no text in the Kitab and Sunnah saying that you can't cut the street. Benefiting the people. Hopefully they're benefiting the people. Only Allah knows best. Maybe making more holes to charge people more money. And we're going to get into that right now. But the concept of plumbing, electricity, the streets, the roads, the manafit of the people, as Allah says in the Quran. Alright? But What happens now if they're insured through riba? Or they get loans through riba banks? Is there such thing as a bank that doesn't have riba, okay? But let's say a riba bank. What happens when they're insured, they get loans, they're invested, they're protected through interest? Then what? Is it permissible for me to invest and then put money into that stock? You see the point now? Because at the end of the day, somehow, one way or another, the whole system is what? It's connected. So this is just food for thought that you really have to earnestly, honestly think about and ask yourself the question. Riba being connected. Obviously, we're not responsible for what other people do. We're responsible for what we do, but we still have to be mindful. We still have to be mindful. We can't just be ignorant and turn the other cheek. Oh, I don't know where it comes from. It's not my responsibility. And you know and you feel that it's clearly something majorly wrong. So this is yani food for thought. So yani it's detailed with regards to the stocks. Alright, it's not absolutely permissible, it's not absolutely haram, but it's detailed according to what we had explained. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala surely knows best. May Allah keep all of you in the protection of Ar-Rahman.